Hi, science people. It's Miss Buck. This is just a very short video to go over in general what I want you to get done this week. And then I will also make a video that has more details about each of the two modules that you will be doing for this week. Okay? All right. So the first thing I wanted to show you here on the home page, you'll notice the big emoji page went away. So now when you click, it should just show you this right off the bat. That was confusing some of the kids. So here we go. And here's a little announcement that I just sent out. So we'll look at that. And remember, you just click right here. And a couple of reminders for this week. We're going to have a conference, a virtual class meeting or a conference, and we'll have one on Monday so that I can answer any questions for you as you are kind of looking over what I want you to get done this week. And then we thought we would also have one on Thursday. And on Thursday, that can be a time where I just am sort of checking in with everyone. Some people will kind of be doing some last minute things. Some of you are going to wait. I know, don't do that. Try to pace yourself and work a little bit each day. But just a reminder about those. And you're going to be doing two modules this week. Now, you should have heard these terms before. The first thing we're going to review, these are called our science and engineering practices. We don't teach the scientific method anymore, and I'm so glad because I worked as a research scientist, and I always hated teaching that scientific method because it made it seem like scientists do this step-by-step thing, and we do it one time, and we go in a certain order, and we're done, and that's just not the way it works at all. So science and engineering practices are all those different things that scientists do every day in no particular order. And so we're going to review those. And then we're also going to do a module on the cross-cutting concepts. Now, you should have heard that term before as well. We are huge on the cross-cutting concepts in 8th grade. We think that they are essential to you guys doing well in high school, and those of you who are going on beyond high school into college, to helping you understand science in a lot deeper way. And so I'll make a video to kind of show you what I want with each of those two things, but those are the two modules that you'll be doing this week. We are also adding something else, and I'll show you that in a minute, and that is that we want to get you into the habit of doing starters and doing vocabulary words, because that will be something that you will be doing every day when we are back together in person. The last thing, though, before I show you that, probably the biggest problem that kids have had this week has been how do I take a picture with my Chromebook? And some of you knew that part. You could take a picture with your Chromebook, but then you didn't have any idea where it was or what happened to it or what to do to submit it in Canvas. So I figured that probably there was a teacher out there somewhere who had made a video, and sure, because I don't have a Chromebook, and sure enough, there was. All right, so I've put a video here, and I'm also going to send it to your parents. And it shows you, she does a great job. She walks you exactly through like how you use your Chromebook and take a picture. And then how you, when you're in Canvas, what to click on and where to find your picture on your Chromebook to submit it. Guys, it honestly, once you've done this once or twice, I promise you, it should take you less than 1 minute to just take a picture, and then submit it to Canvas. So we've got some proof that you're doing your work. Now, remember, I'm not using those pictures to actually grade your work. They're not good enough for that. We're using those pictures for accountability. We're using those pictures as just a way for us to see that you are working through and completing the work. At some point, my hope is that you will be in a position that we can come back into school together and we will actually grade your scientist notebooks for you. So don't worry about that. But for right now, it's just sort of an accountability piece, okay? So if you are on the home page, and I clicked on the announcement. Okay, so remember, you'll scroll down and you want to see your classwork for this week. So I want to show you a few things. Okay, all right, so some things have changed. And the first thing you're going to notice is that we have added starters. Now, you were supposed to set up your scientist notebook last week. And remember, we asked you to have, I think, 4 pages at the beginning for your table of contents. And so anytime we ask you to do something major in your scientist notebook, you want to go back to that table of contents and add it in. So you'll see that we're going to ask you to start taking some notes as we go through, and we'll help you with that. We'll help you with your table of contents. But we also asked you to have several pages for your starters. Well, here they are. Here's your starters for this next week. So if you click right there, you're going to find them right here. Now, me personally, guys, I would do it just like you do in class. I would come in. There's your starter for Monday, August 17th. I would read through the starter. On this day in 2017, scientists observed 2 neutron stars colliding for the first time. Scientists observed the event at an observatory that studies gravitational waves, which are these wacky disturbances in the space-time fabric caused by big, huge cosmic events. We're going to talk more about that. And these things called neutron stars are remnants, that means remains, of large stars that explode. They're the leftovers. They're extremely dense and hot. The observance of the neutron star collision was important for many reasons. It provided evidence for how some heavy elements, such as gold and platinum, are created. And then you notice there's some questions, all right? Now, you do not have to write the questions, but at least please number your answers, and your starters need to be dated. So the way you would do this is you would go to your starter section in your notebook. You would write Monday, August 17th. You would read this information, and then you would write number 1, and then you would just write your answer to this. Do you think that we could have observed this event of these 2 neutron stars colliding 100 years in the past? And how might we observe this event differently 100 years in the future? So you want to answer both of those. And then number 2, how does studying cosmic events like this one help us better understand our universe? And you'll write the answer to that. Now, me personally, I would just do one of those, and then I would maybe go and work on some other part of my science lesson, but I will show you, we've put them all right here. And this is really up to you and how you want to do it, but there are the starters for the week, and we're expecting you to do 1 each day, okay? And then I will, let me see if I want to go down here. Let's see, I think I can go to the next. And voila, here's your vocabulary for this week. And again, same type of thing. This time you should be going to your vocabulary section. Remember, I asked you to use the last 10 pages in your scientist notebook as your vocabulary section. And so you can date these if you want. What's really more important is that you understand that we give vocabulary quizzes, and we expect you, remember we did a practice one, we expect you to draw this template. This is what you'll use for every single vocabulary word. So we've given you, again, one word for each day. If you know what the word is and you're comfortable with it, then just write it in your own words right here, okay? If you're not sure, so let's say the word stimulus, you're not completely sure what a stimulus is. It's fine please go look it up. Please Google it, that's fine. But after you Google it and read about it, we would still prefer that you just use your own words to tell us what the meaning of that word is, okay? All right, so again, if it were me, I would get on, I would do one starter, and I would do one vocabulary word, and then I would go to the modules and start doing a little bit of work each day. Now that would be the way I would do it. You guys might choose to go in there and do something completely different. So let me scroll on down. This was for last week, and we left it there in case there are some of you that are behind in your work. But we have this set up so that you will know, guys, you have to complete this module before you move in to the things that we want done this week. All right. Do you notice right here? We put week 2, August 17th through the 21st. And then this is sort of a title, complete the science and engineering module and the cross-cutting concept module. Well, here's the science and engineering practices module. And you'll notice in little bitty words, it says prerequisite. That's a fancy word that means you have to do something before you can start working on this. You have to complete this. All right, we want this finished first. And once that is all finished and submitted, then you're ready to start working through here. So this is a module on the science and engineering practices, and I'll make a little separate video about it in just a second. And then you have another module on the cross-cutting concepts, and I'll make a separate little video about that in just a minute. And again, that is the expectation for you to complete for this week.